Good morning, community. It's RJ back with another video. So let's get to it. Today's random Mike Schmidt item of the day from 2005 Upper Deck, a release called Hall of Fame Plaques. Similar to my Mike Schmidt item earlier in the week, just a image of his Hall of Fame plaque. This was actually a multi-year or multi-product release. In 2005, this was issued in packs of Upper Deck, an insert set, but the number continued from a previous year or set. So I didn't pay much attention to how many the sets were released in, what products and whatnot. But I know that this one again was a continuation from a previous release, SP number 23. There were 10 cards in this release. But again, at number 23, you can see there were others released prior to this release. So I'm not sure if there's anybody out there trying to collect them all. Bear that in mind if you are. To me, it's just another thing in my Mike Schmidt collection. Today's random baseball item of the day, showcase of a set called Upper Deck's All-Star Fan Fest from 1992. You can see on the side here the 1992 Upper Deck logo. Interestingly, Upper Deck really went in heavy back in the early 90s to sponsor and promote itself through all of the different sports by highlighting and sponsoring a number of different things. So in this case, it was the All-Star Game, the Fan Fest, Fan Fest was the public card show, marketing thing surrounding the All-Star Game in whatever sport. They would call it Fan Fest. They had one for football, basketball, hockey, baseball, all that. And Upper Deck did its best to sponsor as many of those as it could. And it had this set. There's a big checklist here. They had started out with a number of rookie All-Stars, and that went into the veterans, and then some of the legends and Hall of Famers. So let me show you off. We'll start with the future stars, so to speak. They use the term future heroes, but future stars here. Steve Avery. These are all very young, fairly young rookies still, who are making an impact in the game. You can see certainly some of them ended up in the Hall of Fame, so kudos to Upper Deck for nailing it on this one. Steve Avery, Ivan Rodriguez, Jeff Bagwell, Delino DeShields, Royce Clayton, Robin Ventura, Phil Plantier, Ray Langford, Juan Gonzalez, and Frank Thomas. Some of your rookie heroes of the time. That was cards up to number 10. Then you got into your veteran all-stars, people who essentially had been around for quite a long time, but were veterans and stars of the game at the time. So going to be several of those. Some of them are still kind of young. Robbie was still fairly young at the time. Roberto Alomar, Sandy Alomar Jr., Boggs, Barry Bonds. Interesting, Bonds must be wearing some warm-up jacket. I'm not sure what he's wearing, though. By this time, he could have been just signed by the Giants, but I think he still was with the Pirates. I don't get the red, white, and blue jacket there. Bobby Bowe, George Brett, Jose, Will the Thrill, Clemens, Eric Davis on the Dodgers by then, Rob Dibble, one of the nasty boys at the time, Cecil Fielder, Gooden, Jr., always in the set, Tony Gwynn rocking the shades, Brian Harvey, who was a very good reliever, closer at the time. Interesting pose of Ricky doing a camera shoot there. Howard Johnson. People forget Howard Johnson was a perennial 30-30 guy in the late 80s, early 90s. Wally Joyner, Barry Larkin, Don Mattingly, Mark McGuire, Dale Murphy, still of the Phillies at the time, but certainly washed up by then. Rafael Palmeiro, Kirby Puckett, Ripken, Nolan Ryan, still with the great leg kick, Chris Sabo, Sandberg, Benito Santiago. People forget how Benny was being looked at as what a catcher should be at the time. He really was. So Ruben Sierra, Ozzie Smith. Look at the oversized bat Ozzie's playing with there. I don't know if that's a fungo bat or what it is, but it's certainly not what he was using in the game. Strawberry and Robin Yount. So that is the regular, what they call the All-Star Heroes. And they used the term All-Star Heroes again, but here they ended the set with some veteran players. So Raleigh Fingers. And in this case, they would talk about what they did on the back. They'd talk about their All-Star game appearances and what they were able to accomplish in the All-Star games. Reggie Jackson had a great All-Star memory, if you remember him crushing that one in Tiger Stadium years and years and years ago. Billy Williams, Lou Brock, Gaylord Perry, Ted Williams, Brooks Robinson, Bob Gibson, Bobby Bonds, and then Robin Roberts from the Phillies. Love to see that. That's a cool picture. If you're a Phillies fan, that's one, you're not really familiar with that image of Robin Roberts, but a really cool picture of Robin Roberts. So that is my random baseball item of the day, the 1992 Upper Deck All-Star Fan Fest set. And I did love Upper Deck, was always cranking out awesome products in the early to mid 1990s to promote whatever sport they were promoting at the time. All right, so today's trivia question. I have to look it up because I can't remember what I had found. Where was it? I went back to the book again, looking for really cool, interesting things. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, yes. So, trivia question for today. Who has the distinction of being the first pitcher to throw a pitch during a major league game, an official regular season major league game played in Canada? Who has the distinction of, let me be more specific. Let me be more specific here. Who has the distinction of being the first pitcher to throw a pitch during an official American League game? First regular season, regularly scheduled American League game played in Canada. That's my question to you. So obviously I'm speaking Blue Jays here, not Expos. So wanted to qualify that. Send me an email with that question, with that answer. What you're playing for, very cool, I think. This is last year's Topps Holiday. It is the Ronald Acuna Jr. card, but it is the Santa hat variation of Mr. Acuna Jr., who was very hot to start the season, sadly, because the Braves are absolutely obliterating my Phillies in the first series of games. I'm very sad to say the Phillies are not looking very Philadelphia Philly-like, but what are you going to do? They're playing the Braves. So anyway, that's the question. Shoot me the correct answer. I'll include my email in the description below, along with a repeat of that question. You'll have today and tomorrow to answer. We'll pick a winner on Sunday, and you might be able to win that awesome Acuna Jr. card. Shout out to Adam down at Adam's Card Closet. I don't know if you already have that for your Braves collection, but I imagine you'd be interested in it if you have not acquired that card yet. So good luck to everybody on that one. Today, similar to what I did on Monday, comparing two card sets released by the same manufacturer in back-to-back years to compare the players included, all right? So for Upper Deck, I mentioned Upper Deck, putting out all kinds of great stuff in the early to mid-90s. One of the things they really, really did heavily was insert sets, especially in 1993. They went hog wild with a number of different insert sets. They would have been one of the few companies to really push insert sets at that time. Now it's a common thing. We all have inserts. Oh, I'm losing my voice again. Here we go. So today's, what I want to show off, the insert set I'm showing off today, is the Home Run Heroes insert. It was released in 2 years, 1992 and 1993, by Upper Deck. 1992 had 26 cards. I used to think it was one per team. I do not think that. Perhaps it is in this year, but don't hold me to that. I'm going to show it off. But again, it is the Hall of Fame hero, or not the Hall, yeah, home run heroes. Excuse me, home run heroes. So here we go. Jose Canseco, Cecil Fielder, Howard Johnson, Ripken, Williams, Joe Cotta, Ronnie Gant, Frank Thomas, Andre Dawson, Fred McGriff, Danny Tartabull, Chili Davis, Albert Bell, Jack Clark, Paul O'Neill, Strawberry, Dave Winfield, Jay Buhner, Juan Gonzalez, Greg Vaughn, Barry Bonds, Matt Noakes, John Kruk, Von Calderon, Jeff Bagwell, and Todd Zeal. I actually do think they covered all the different teams, but again, don't quote me on that because this was before, the year before expansion, 1992. The next year, 93, you'd have the Marlins and the Rockies, but at this point in time, there were only 26 teams, all right? So we're going to see who made the cut between 1992 and 1993. It's going to be more than I can remember, so I'm going to have to go back and look a little later. But let's see from 1993. This is the 1993 Home Run Heroes. Now, interestingly, it's kind of an embossed look to it. You can see here the bat is kind of embossed up there, and they kind of stamped a little wood grain into the bat just a little bit. I'm not sure if you catch that, but that's what makes it a little different from the 92 version. The bat's kind of like an embossed look to it. So let's see who made the cut in both years. 93, you got Juan Gonzalez, McGuire, I think Canseco made the last one, Fielder, I think he's there twice, McGriff, Albert Bell, Barry Bonds, a lot of these guys are back-to-backs, Carter, Darren Dalton. This one did not have all the teams because I know a couple Phillies made the thing. Junior's here. Buhner made it last time. Junior made it this time. I don't know why Buhner made it the first time. Who knows? Dave Hollins, Sandberg, George Bell, Danny Tartabull, Mike Devereaux, Greg Vaughn, Larry Walker made it, Dave Justice, Pendleton, Eric Karros, Ray Langford, Matt Williams, Eric Anthony, Bobby Bowe, Herbie Puckett, Mike McFarland, interestingly, Tom Bernansky, Paul O'Neill, and Gary Gaetti. So I'm going to try and track down who made both. I remember a couple names I saw here. Cecil made it. Let me find my Cecil from 93. And I remember Cecil. There's Cecil. Interestingly, you had McGuire one year, Canseco the next in the 93 set. I did see Fred McGriff in both. Let me see if I can't track down. I'm going to put Joe Carter aside. I saw him. Where's Fred McGriff? So let's find Joe Carter and Fred McGriff. There's Freddie right here. I know Joe Carter made it. I think Barry Bonds made it both years. Let's see if we can't find Barry. Still of the Pirates in this set. Still of the Pirates. Where's Barry? Come on now, Barry. Where are you? There's Jay Buhner again, but Griffey Jr. didn't make it. So there's Barry. Where is Barry? Was it back here? Where was Barry? Sorry, I'm taking the time. I really want to look through this with you. I'm trying to find all the players that made it. There's Barry. So who else? Was Albert Bell might have been in both of them. And Tartabull, I thought was in both, because Tartabull was a Royal on one and a Yankee on the other. So did Sandberg make it to both? I don't think Thomas did. There's Tartabull. Yeah, Tartabull was a Royal on one year. And I think Sandberg was on both. No, I don't think he was, actually. Because if I remember, there's Wangan. Wangan made it to both. All right. I think Dawson made the Cubs one year, and one time Sandberg made it the other. But there's Tartabull. So I got two Tartabulls. There's Tartabull. There he is. Mike Devereaux, Greg Vaughn, Larry Walker, Dave Justice, Terry Pendleton, Eric Karros. None of these ring a bell. Matt Williams might have been the one. It was either Matt Williams or Will Clark in this one. Who's your giant rep? It was Matt Williams. All right. So Matt Williams makes both. A couple players are making it both in both ends. I don't think it was Bell. Was it Bell on both? Because Bell was in '93. Was it Bell in this? Yep, there's Bell. Bell definitely was in '93 as well. Was it Puckett? No, it wasn't. It was who was it? Puckett or Gaetti? Where's Bell? Where's Albert? Where is Sir Albert? Here's Sir Albert. He made it. So it was either Puckett and Gaetti both made the '93 set. Who made the '92 set? Ripkins and Dear Baltimore. Oh, who was the twin? It was Chili Davis, wasn't either one of the other guys. Strawberry Winfield. Let me see. Who sounds familiar? Derek Dalton, Britt Jr., Holland, Sandra didn't make it. George Bell, no. Greg Vaughn, no. Justice Pendleton, Karros, Langford, Eric Anthony, Bobby Bowe, Mike McFarland, Tom Bernansky, Paul O'Neill. Might have been Paul O'Neill. Was Paul O'Neill in 1992? Paul O'Neill. There he was. It was Paul O'Neill. Paul O'Neill made it to both sets. Wow. Okay, that's about it. That's pretty good representation if you think about it. If you go back to back in this set. So Paul O'Neill made both sets. Juan Gonzalez made both sets. Albert Bell made both. Matt Williams made it to both sets. Barry Bonds, shout out to Barry. Oh, where's Fred McGriff? I'm getting my thing mixed up here. Fred McGriff holding his little boy there, helping him with the little pee-wee bat there, really nice. People forget for all the teams Fred McGriff played with. He's on the Padres there. Joe Carter. Danny Tartabull, once of the Phillies, although it's hard to remember or even get a picture. He lasted such a short time with the Phillies. And finally, Cecil. Cecil of the one monster year with the Tigers. So there you go. That is the representative of the Upper Deck Home Run Heroes sets from 1992 and 1993. I don't think they released it any other time, but you know, it is what it is, and I love my little sets. You know that. So that's all I have to show you today. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please consider like, subscribing, commenting, and all that jazz. I really do appreciate it. Try my best support to everybody. You know, I enjoy the support because I try my best support to everybody else in this great card community. So hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget the trivia questions. We'll be picking the winners on Sunday, so come back for that. And we'll have more great stuff next week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again, and take care.